Hey, what's up, guys? Want to do a little talking video for the boys. I was thinking about kind of a sequel to my, video talking about my time abroad. I was in China, especially, um, and it got me thinking, just reminiscing about the crazy things I've seen. And I was like, that's a pretty good topic for a video. What if I just talk about some crazy stuff that I've witnessed, you know? And I think the craziest might have been in China, in Beijing. I was walking down a street and there was a woman. I'm already laughing thinking about it. It was so ridiculous to me. Maybe this is common, in China during that time. I don't know, 10-ish years ago, give or take. I guess 9 years ago. The point is, there's a woman, walking, this way. I'm walking that way. We're passing each other. She has her child on a leash. Not unheard of, There's people in, the country I live in, the U.S., that do that. I think it's totally crazy. Humans aren't dogs, the idea of a human being, a child on a leash, is kind of insane to me. That's not the whole story, though. So this toddler, I don't know, maybe 3 years old, maximum, hard to say, is on this leash. This woman's like walking him like a dog. And this kid is not, he's like Winnie the Poohing it. You know what I mean? He has no pants on, he's the shirt. And the kid just squats down. We're on the sidewalk, and on the sidewalk there's like these little trees, and so there's like a patch of just like, soil and stuff where the tree is. Maybe, I don't know, two or 3 square feet, something like that. Kid squats down, just takes a shit right there, and they just move on. This happened just right in front of me. Like, as I'm passing by, this happens like right next to me, and I'm like, what did I just, did that just happen? Is that a thing? I'm pretty sure it's not a common thing in any country, including China, but that's what I saw, guys. I saw a woman walking her, I don't know, 3 or 2-year-old child or something. Kid's not wearing any goddamn pants. Straight up Winnie the Pooh in it. Takes a dump right in this little patch of soil where this tree is in the middle of the dang sidewalk. You know, Hundreds of people just walking by, and man, I was really taken aback by that. I had no idea. I could never fathom. I could never imagine that being a thing. And that's not it, guys. That's not the whole story. I'm walking. I'm walking a little bit slower because I'm just like looking. I'm kind of like turning around a little bit and kind of, not full on gawking, like, half-ass clandestinely, just kind of like watching these people move on. And as I'm watching them, again, this is like the middle of the freaking city of Beijing. I can't recall what district, but hundreds of people are just moving, middle of the freaking day on like a Wednesday or something. And I just watched like several people step in this child's shit. It was so disgusting. There's not many things that disgust me, guys. I've got a pretty, sturdy palate, if you will, but that really disturbed me. It's funny now. At the moment, I was just like flabbergasted that that's like a thing. I don't know. What's the craziest thing y'all have seen? Let me know. I love a good story. You know what I mean? I love a good story. I've seen a bunch of weird stuff in my life. That's probably number one. I've seen some interesting, feats of strength in my time. I've seen a man pick up another man. You know, not a child, not a teenager, a grown man pick up another man by the throat and just pin him against the wall. You know what I mean? I'm not talking about like just pushes him by the throat. I'm talking about picks him up by the throat with one arm and just pins him against the wall. Crazy, crazy strength. I mean, what do you do to train to get that strong? I have no idea. It's just natural, I think. Um, what else have I seen? Man, I've seen some weird shit. But can you imagine just, I mean, talking about this person had to weigh around 200 pounds. It wasn't a small person, it was like a man. Picks him up, as if he was just like as if it was a child. Insane. Ah, man. What else, guys? I had some other stories in mind, but at the moment I can't even think of them. But I'm interested, man. I mean, if anybody watches this, comments, whatever, comment any kind of crazy thing you've seen in your life that blew your mind or disgusted you or impressed you or whatever. I love hearing these little anecdotes of these moments in people's lives. It's just I saw a fight in China. Um, it was on a subway, and these dudes were just beating the shit out of each other. I don't know, I have no idea what started the fight. But I'm about to get on the subway, and I'm waiting with everybody else. Chinese people seem to be pretty good at like forming a line, for the most part. I feel like they're good until like the subway's there, and then they start kind of like crowding each other, getting a little pushy, getting your personal space. But they're good at forming a line for like a little bit. So I'm kind of just packed like a sardine in this like half-ass line. Subway gets there, and when it opens up, these two guys just like collide out of out of the subway, and the other people inside start, bursting out the other doors, like sprinting out of there, yelling, screaming. And these guys are just like, I'm talking about just covered in blood. I don't know if there was a stabbing or if they were just hitting each other that hard or scratching each other or something or what, but they were just using their hands when I saw them. They're like covered, they're like bleeding everywhere, blood on their shirts, and they're just boom, boom. You know what I mean? It's like watching an old like you ever seen like an old like Fedor Emelianenko fight where he's just like bam, bam, throwing the haymakers and then just grabbing people and throwing them and shit. It was like that without a throne. It was just haymakers, 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 like hit down, just you know what I mean? Just freaking rock'em sock'em robots on each other, And everybody got the hell out of the way. And I was just like, I'm just gonna stand here. Fuck it. It was a stupid thing to do because they could have had knives or who knows, gun. I mean, I didn't have guns in China, but might have like a shit or something. But I just stood there. I was just like, I'm just gonna get on the subway as soon as the guys get out of my fucking way. And they did. I got on the subway first and got a seat. It was the first time ever in Beijing. The whole like, I don't know, week and a half I was there. I got to actually sit down in the subway because there's so many people usually, I was like, yes. But yeah, man, these guys beating the shit out of each other. And I didn't see anybody rushing to stop them. People were just getting out of the way, let them go at it. There was like a security, or I don't know if it's a security guard or a cop or something, some kind of security guard or something at the subway. He was just like watching them too. It's just like probably just waiting on whoever's the winner and then probably gonna arrest them or whatever, detain them or something. Pretty interesting. Um, what else, man? What else is crazy? I feel like China especially had some crazy shit going on, guys, because that's just a whole other universe, might as well be, compared to a place like the United States. There's just so much craziness going on. I remember there was a dude that had, this is another Subway story. There's a dude that had no legs, no arms, and he was just snaking his way through like the subway cars. He had like I don't know, like a pail, you know what I mean? Just like a little, almost like a thing you put dog food in, just like a little kind of bowl kind of thing in his mouth. He kind of held it by the rim. He was just going around. He would crane his neck up, asking for, money, change, whatever, begging. He was a beggar. That shit was disturbing as fuck. I was like, oh my god. But nobody gave money. I don't know, it's some kind of cultural thing. I was told actually that there were a lot of beggars in the subways and to not give them money because half of them are scammers or drug addicts or whatever. I don't know. I wanted to help the guy, but I was like, whatever, do, when in Rome, do as the Romans do. So I was just like ignoring him like everybody else. Felt like shit doing that though, because the guy's literally zero limbs, snaking around with a freaking, bowl in his mouth like a damn animal or something. Just asking for money. Like, nobody's helping this guy, and I guess I'm not gonna help him either. Feel like shit about it, but it is what it is, you know what I mean? Super weird shit, guys. Man, pretty sad. Something else, man. Something more lighthearted, maybe. When I was in Morocco, during Ramadan, people are fasting, going through altered states of mind, And I was walking down the streets of Morocco. They're barely even streets as we know it in like the U.S. They're just some are like the size of sidewalks, and there's a lot of twists and turns. You don't know where you're going really half the time. You don't know what's around the corner. Thankfully, when I was walking with my friend down this one street or alleyway, whatever you want to call it, some dude came out and stopped us. He came out of his home, stopped us. We were like, whoa. Luckily, my friend knew Arabic and understood the guy was saying that there was a fight going on around the corner. And I saw like a little bit of it before we dipped out, because it was a legit like knife fight. Like, I'm saying, like Ramadan, it's a holy time, but you got these people fasting, not eating, not drinking, not in their right mind. Fights are actually kind of common, apparently. People have short fuses when they're hangry, as Americans would call it. And I don't know, having an argument or something, but dudes start just pulling knives on each other. No idea what happened after that, but I did see that there was some damage done. There was some bloodiness going on, and we were like, nope. We're out. You know what I mean? Not fucking with that. That was pretty wild. I've had to have seen some other strange shit while I was abroad. I can't think of too much off the bat. I tell you what, man, the dude I was talking about earlier that picked the guy by the throat, that was in the freaking US. That was in Atlanta, I think. Something like that. No, that was in Athens, Georgia, I think. I don't know, my memory sucks ass. That was like 20 damn years ago almost. That's not true. 15, something like that. As you can tell, I have no sense of like the passage of time. Ah, man. What else, dude? I don't even know. Dude, I remember, I saw this old man once, and he was also some kind of like street performer slash beggar. And he had this like, it was like a scale weight, if you understand what I mean by that. Kind of like a kettlebell before they were kettlebells. just little weights. They were just kind of like blocks of cement almost with like a kind of a handle on it. And he would just toss it up. He would basically kind of like swing it like he would have, kettlebell with the hips. So he'd swing it up, boom, and he'd throw it. Like, I don't even know, like 30 feet. Like, I'm talking about really damn high. Maybe not 30, maybe like 20 feet. But I'm talking about super freaking high in the air. And he'd catch it, boom, bam, do it again. Catch the other arm, boom, bam. And I swear, like, I stood there, dude. He did that shit for probably, damn, I don't even know. I probably stood there for like 5 minutes or something. He's still doing it. But if I'd stood there longer, he'd probably been doing it for a freaking hour. I can't imagine the level of fitness it takes. Even if the weight was only like 10 pounds or something, can you imagine swinging that shit so high for like potentially, I don't know, hours or something? I'm sure it took a break every now and then, but still, if you're begging as a profession, you know what I mean? You're probably doing that shit for hours on end to get that dough. You know what I'm saying? That was also in China. I got China on the mind. Oh man, and that dude had to have been in his 60s. I mean, he was gray. You know what I mean? And like leathery. Jeez. I don't know, guys. Just a few stories, some crazy stuff I've seen. I'm sure I've got more. I might actually stop the video and come back in a bit. Yeah. I got another one. Another one just came to mind. This is definitely not suitable for work. I was in Savannah, Georgia, hanging out in a park. Um, and yeah, man, we were having like a picnic. Just me and my friends, hanging out. It's probably like 21 at the time, something like that. And these people, just real punky looking, like, kind of like, you ever see this like kind of just dirty, like hipster types, like covered in tattoos, you know what I mean? It's like a couple, the white girl's got like some dirty looking dreadlocks and bandanas and shit. And, they're trying to find a good spot to like put their stuff down. I'm people watching, I'm chilling, so I'm like looking to see, these are interested looking people. I'll watch them for a minute, you know what I mean? Not trying to be creepy or anything, just people watching, as you do in a park. Lay down their like little blanket or whatever. But they put the blanket on top of the dude. And I swear to God, dude, they both crawl under this blanket. So they're under the blanket completely. You know what I mean? It's just like completely covered by this blanket. And I swear to God, they just start fucking under that blanket, dude. They just start going at it. Like in public. Probably 30, 40 feet away from where we were picnicking. I'm just like, what in the hell are these people doing, man? What is some Sodom and Gomorrah shit up in here. Like, I'm talking about broad daylight, dude. Families around, children around. Straight up just fucking under a blanket, bro. Crazy as hell. That was the most just like, I feel like honestly that one, that and the freaking the toddler shit in the street and people stepping on it are probably like the most disgusted I've been in my life in terms of just shit I've witnessed. You know what I mean? It's like, come on, man. Like, damn, get a room. You know what I mean? I don't know. It's probably exhibitionist or something. I don't know. Probably getting off that kind of thing. Really gross, man. I thought about calling the cops on him, but I was like, you know what? I'm not trying to get involved in this. you know. Oh man. That's about it, man. That's just the one story that came to mind right as I was closing up that last portion of the video. That's all I gotta say for now, guys. But I am interested in your stories. If you got any, comment or post a video, and I will I will certainly check that out. I'm always interested in hearing just, weird shit. Um, yeah, that's about it. Y'all have a good one. Peace.